Hello and welcome to Linguistics with Najib. Today's lecture is going to be about consonant sounds, but before going to discuss consonant sounds, let's talk about the sounds. Well, in British English, there are 44 sounds. Out of 44, 20 are the vowel sounds and 24 are the consonant sounds. And today our lecture is also about the consonant sounds. So the consonant sounds are speech sounds in which the air or the breath is partly obstructed. There is a chart in IPA about the consonant sounds, and these are the 24 consonant sounds you can see on the whiteboard. First of all, I have to read them aloud. P, B, T, D, K, and G. F, V, Th, Th, S, Z, Sh, J, and H. Right? Next, we have Ch and J. M, N, and Ng. And in lateral, we have L and W, R, and Y. That's called the Y sound or the Y sound. That's not the J sound, remember. Right here, we have the places of articulation. So, places of articulation mean that where these sounds are articulated or produced, or you can say where the obstruction takes place of the air or the breath takes place, right? So we have different we have eight places of articulation, and one of them is the bilabial, right? Remember, this minus and V stands for, or they represent the voiceless sounds, and plus V represents the voiced sounds. Voice and voiceless sounds you can watch in my previous video. These two sounds I have discussed in my previous video. So bilabial are those sounds when we produce them or when we articulate them, we bring the upper and the lower lip together. For instance, p and b. Labidental are those sounds in which we raise the lower lip to the upper front teeth. For instance, f and v. Dental. In dental, the tip of the tongue touches the front upper teeth. For instance, th and the. Next, we have the alveolar. In alveolar, the tip of the tongue touches the alveolar ridge. For instance, t and d. Next, we have the post-alveolar. In post-alveolar, the tip of the tongue touches the area near the alveolar ridge. For instance, sh and j. And palatal. So, palatal, or in palatal, the front of the tongue, come together. The front of the tongue and the hard palate come together to produce sound. For example, y. And in velar, we have the back of the tongue. Back of the tongue comes against the velum or the soft palate. For instance, we have the k and g. And the glottal. The glottal are those sounds, or is that sound. Right here we have only one sound, and that's h sound, right? So in glottal, the tongue is not involved actually. They are produced inside or in the glottis. It was all about the place of articulation. Now we have got the manner of articulation. Manner of articulation means that how they are produced, and they are telling us the nature of the sounds. The first one is plosives. We can also call it stop. So in plosive, the ear stream is completely stopped or obstructed. For example, we can say p and b. And after the stopping, we release, we release the stream of the air. Next, we have got the affricates. In affricates, we also stop the stream of the air or the breath, but we release it, after a short time. For instance, we have the f and the sound. Next, we have got the fricatives. These sounds are produced, in fricative, the stream of the air is released with fractions, right? Next, we have got the nasals. So nasals, in nasal, these sounds, are produced or articulated inside the nasal cavity or in the nasal cavity rather than mouth. And now we have got the lateral. So in lateral, the air is released around the tongue. For instance, l. So the air comes out, around the tongue. And an approximant, right here, the sound. The air is neither stopped completely nor released, completely. For example, w, r, w, r, and y. So that was all about what consonant sounds. In my next video, I'm going to talk about vowel sounds. Thanks for watching.